clarify certain things with RE5. Mr. Manager, can I see? This morning I asked Mayor Suarez to work with us and work because he did work with Commissioner Hanneman on the closure of that street. It's not that I'm in favor of closing streets or anything, but what I want to do is I want to make clear that the people from my district, that they come and they present a petition like with signatures, that they decide, they want a street closure. I want them, or whatever they decide, they are requesting, I want an analysis made, and I want to know what process you undertook that led you into the closure of that street. Because when we presented this, and I think that my residents, they deserve respect. What we just received was a memo from the manager, without any analysis. From what I understood, and I repeat, I don't think the solution is to close streets. But what I want is that the same process that it was used, it be used for everybody that has a petition. Because what we weren't informed is that police, fire, rescue, and solid waste, and some other people said that the county didn't allow it. And I don't want to, when I go in front of my people, I don't want them to say, okay, we are closing streets someplace and we cannot close the street here.
Thank you.
You see, my main concern is that we all are, the process is equal for everybody.
Yes, sir. And I'll be happy to answer it first, and then I'll turn it over to Director
Yes.
Dodd. When that request came in, we circulated and met internally, and the police department, fire rescue, solid waste were of the opinion that were that to happen, they would not be able to provide the requisite level of service to your constituents.
What is the difference between one and the other?
One
The one that we're closing now, 67 and...
Yeah. Mr. Chairman?
Yes, Commissioner Gordon had a...
No.
And then we'll let him respond.
Commissioner Reyes, I agree with you. And let me tell you, because I had requested a traffic study because of the way it works right now. People are not using the expressway. They get off the lake and they go into our cities.
Yes.
There's way that a traffic study can be done. And I was also given the same opinion, but then when you go through 17th Avenue over here, all the way from Dixie Highway to Bayshore Drive, you can see a one-way street. People coming out, you cannot go into the neighborhood. So it's a traffic study that needs to be done in our neighborhood because we get a lot of traffic coming into our neighborhood.
Thank you. I want to say this, and I can reference this now to Commissioner Gordon as well as to Commissioner Reyes. These neighborhoods are suffering.
Yes, sir.
And we've been handicapped for so long in trying to make changes into how our neighborhoods are configured. We're not a city that was planned, like a place like Miramar or any other place where you see in the suburbs where you have main streets and then you have the neighborhood streets where no one can cut through the neighborhood. My chief of staff lives in Miramar and I can't cut through his neighborhood to get anywhere. You either you're going there or you're not going there. And so they have the benefit, as I called Gary they have the benefit of enjoying streets that are calm, streets that are safe for their children, streets that are free from police chasing criminals down their residential areas, ending up in car accidents, wrecking people's homes, and making gun violence more easily undertaken in the neighborhoods. And so, everywhere else they're telling us not to, especially in Miami-Dade County, not to try to get a hold of our streets. But I really believe that we have to. We have to give our residents the same quality of life that they enjoy in other cities. And just because we're a city that's as old as we are does not mean that we cannot make the decisions that are difficult decisions to give us these more community feels. Because if I can take a vehicle and I can travel at 60 miles an hour and go from the city of Miami, from I-95 in the city of Miami, and all the way through to Hialeah without any major impediments, that is a major problem. You know, and so I personally believe that, and I want to create more neighborhood feels in our communities, because there's no reason that cars should be traveling at the speed that they're traveling without facing these sorts of impediments. There's no reason why we can't have more greenery to give our communities a better feel than we do right now. And then also, and I also say this, and this goes to our District 2 Commissioner. We've been fighting this whole battle on US 1 and slowing down the traffic there, etc. And of course, they use US 1 as a major highway. You consider it in the state to be a major highway. But the businesses are suffering on US 1 because the traffic is moving too fast. There's not adequate parking. People can't walk across the street safely, and it's a major neighborhood issue. And so when I travel down US 1 to go to the Keys, I watch the speed drop to as low as 25 miles an hour. So why in the Keys on US 1 is it okay to travel 25 miles an hour, but not in the city of Miami? So I'm sick and tired of seeing how FDOT treats our community in the city of Miami as if we don't deserve plants, as if we don't deserve trees, as if we don't deserve low speed limits. But then in other communities that are just outside of us, they do exactly different. So I think that that's the discussion that we want to continue having. And I give you all my honesty. We're going to continue having this on the days because we need to make some changes.
Commissioner Reyes
and that's why I brought this point. I brought this point, but because we as a commission, the whole city is suffering.
Yes.
And my district is suffering a lot because of that, Silver Bluff, Shenandoah. There's a lot of cut through. We've been trying, and that's why I want to incorporate not only the mayor, the whole commission, because you know, Alan, how many times we have tried to present different plans, for example, to avoid cut through in 22nd Avenue. That all the new plans that we have presented, they had all been turned down. You see, they had all been turned down, and that's why you have your problems. I know Commissioner Gord has this problem. Also, even Commissioner Carollo has the problems with cut through. So
they should call it speed through.
And that's right. What I'm using this opportunity, you see, that we're talking about traffic and closing street, for us to realize that we have a big problem, and all of us should work together on finding solution and present a solid block, because the streets are controlled by Dade County.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Okay.
Suarez.
So, Commissioner, I totally agree with what you're saying. I'd love to collaborate with you on 24th Terrace in particular. I think there's another street on, and I can't remember, I think it's maybe 26th on 17th Avenue.
23rd Terrace.
No, but I'm saying
25th,
there's one
26th.
on 17th that separates the east from the west. There's only one that's open between US 1. I think it's 26th. I think that one also should be, and I think that's in District 3. I'd be happy to collaborate with Commissioner Carollo on that as well. Let me just, if you don't mind, as your TPO designee, let me sort of give a little bit of scale to the problem. Okay, we have an inadequate mass transit system. We've got 2.8 million people, 2.1 million driver's license out of the 2.8 million people, and people have on average 1.01 cars per driver's license. So you've got more people with with cars than with driver's license. So people have on average more than one car per driver's license, slightly more, right? So then you've got apps like Waze, right? You have an app like Waze. It's technology that pushes you through the neighborhoods to save 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever the time savings is, right? Then you have the tolls. Frankly, we talked a lot about the tolls today. We all agree that the tolls are excessive, whether it's one thing or another or whatever. We all agree that the tolls are excessive. And what happens is, for people to save money, they cut through our neighborhoods. So you've got a perfect storm of technology, tolls, and lack of transit that is all conspiring to make our neighborhoods, to reduce the quality of life of our neighborhoods. So the same way that I support his resolution, I will support your resolution, and I will support, frankly, Commissioner Carollo, who has one on 17th Avenue. There's one. I'll support his resolution as well.
I'm going farther than a simple resolution. But I want for us to work together. You see, those traffic, impediments that I should call them, the speed bumps, and also we have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful design for 22nd Avenue. You see, that people won't be able to cut through, you know that. That's right, they will have to make them turn right or left, you see, and also we have to place signs, no left turns in certain hours. What I want from you, Mr. Mayor, and for the whole commission, is that we all work together because we all have a problem. And let's work, you guys, so start working on a plan. And how we are going to, if we present a solid block to Miami-Dade County, they will have to find a solution, or they will have to accept our solutions.
Mr. Chair.
Yes,
I couldn't agree with you more. I think the more unified we are in our approach, the stronger it's going to be, the better it's going to be. There have been times when the county has been difficult. There have been times when the county has frankly been helpful over the years. They were kind enough over many years to negotiate the traffic control device MOU with me as commissioner. They did significant testing of different temporary closures in different places at times. And then what happens is, as you know, is this is a big county. So if somebody has an issue with closures in another part of the county, it could create a problem with closures in our city.
Yes.
And so we have to understand that happens as well. But I think, frankly, and as I said this in the State of the City, I think we have to become aggressive. We have to be unified. And I think...
I brought the point just because of that.
Yeah.
We want to be unified, and we'll have to find a solution together.
And frankly, we have
to help each other.
All right, can we move the item?
Let me just, real quick, and just last thought. We have to tell the county that we are not going to be the cut-through solution to their mass transit problem.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right, and that's what I want to say. You see, although traffic is like water, you close it, some places want to go to the other place, but at least let's have a plan like the solution that we have for 22nd Avenue.
But
you see,
it is, but in wealthy areas, it's all closed. If you look at, a lot of them in District 2.
No, Upper East Side.
Go ahead, yeah. Morningside, Morningside, Bay Point, Bay Heights, Natoma Manors.
It all depends on the flow of traffic, but I'm willing to look at all the solutions, but we have some plans that I need your help.
I'm with you.
I need your help.
I'm with you.
Okay.
I'm with you.
That in order to pass it.
Do you need any information from the director for us to pass this item?
No, he knows it.
Thank you.
He, as a matter of fact, he was one of the developers. He was what we need to keep on working on it and try to, because let me tell you, it has become a life safety issue. You see, they go by what Commissioner Hartman is saying. They go by those neighborhoods at speeds it is incredible. You see, and they're going. Children cannot even come out and play. People that they are afraid of even backing out on their streets. You see, it's a crisis.
Commissioner Reyes, you remember we used to play in the street?
Huh?
I remember growing up playing in the street.
Yeah, I remember that.
You had enough time to say car and get out of the way.
Still do.
I used to play catch with my son. I can't anymore. No, not because I'm old, because because I will be run off.
All right, gentlemen, let's get some business done. Is there any more discussion on the items at hand, CA agenda, PH agenda, and RE agenda?